Hi everybody, I'm Alex Jackson, and this is the student's guide to your first day in a digital learning environment. For many of you guys, if you are part of the district that I teach in, that day is tomorrow. It's your first day of online classes. And I don't know if you're like me and you're a little bit excited and also a little bit horrified because you're thinking of all the best circumstances and all the worst circumstances. But I'm definitely right there in this weird in between where I'm like, tomorrow could be one of the best days of my life, where I get to meet some exciting new people and I get to do some really cool stuff. It could kick off a whole new chapter in who I am. And that's pretty exciting. I like when new stuff starts. But I'm also having these bad dreams as I get to this like big day tomorrow, and I am afraid that I will show up. Here's my actual dream that's been happening. I'm not showing up naked. I'm coming back to this studio and finding that my lights aren't where they're supposed to be and my camera is all messed up and everything's a little bit broken, and I legitimately wake up with a cold sweat. Maybe you're like that. Maybe you're just worried that people are going to see you on a Zoom call and you're going to have the grossest, ugliest pimple, or something's going to happen in the background that's going to make you look like an idiot. I get that. I get that feeling. And we're at this weird moment where those two things meet. It could be the best day of your life. It could be the worst day of your life. The thing is, no matter what, it's going to be. It's going to happen tomorrow or whenever your first day actually is. So here's some tips, some really easy tips for you. The first thing, and you may not have heard this from all of your teachers yet, get a pair of headphones. Headphones with a microphone will help you be heard so that you're not the kid who's trying to talk during the Zoom meeting and everyone is talking over them. If it's super glitchy and super awkward, you will benefit from having headphones and a microphone so it doesn't get all messed up and delayed, right? I think that that is a huge help. So get a pair of those if you can, and it will change everything. Also, try and find a place where you're comfortable and make it your own. To whatever ability you have to make that happen. Obviously, I have this whole room that I've really decorated for myself and to try and make it my space. You should do the same. Your Zoom setup is going to be the way that you show people what you're into and who you are. So instead of wearing cool clothes, for the most part, people are going to see your background, right? Now, I would say, well, that's fine because you don't have to have that background. You can just do a quick little virtual background, right? Like, oh, look, I'm hanging out in San Francisco. But here's one of my biggest tips. If you are part of our district, then you probably have one of these Chromebooks, right? This beautiful Chromebook right here. Oh, that's a trash can. We all know that the Chromebooks are difficult to use. We all know that they're glitchy. We all know that their webcams are bad, their microphones are bad, and that for many of you guys, it's the only thing you have. So recognize your Zoom setup doesn't have to look like this. Your Zoom setup needs one thing more than anything else, and it's you. You don't look ugly. You don't have a big zit on your face. Nobody is staring at just your little Zoom square. We just want you to show up. You get this opportunity to connect with other people in a time when that is a very rare thing. It's hard to connect with others when we're stuck inside during a pandemic. So I understand if you can get something other than a Chromebook, that's great. Recognize not everyone can do that. If you can use your phone, that's great. Recognize that not everyone can do that. And that's where the last big thing that you need as your first day of school comes in. You need to recognize that you've learned enough and you've worried enough to get there. See, that's the big thing. When it comes to tests, when it comes to big events like, let's say, the big football game, not to bring up the big game since, there's not sports anymore, but when there's the big thing happening, we get this sense that you're like, I need to cram. I need to shove everything in my brain that I can fit in there, and I need to be ready. And so you do this thing where it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, suddenly it's the next morning and you're not sleeping because you've got to get ready. You've learned enough. It's tomorrow. What you have to do now is stop, take a breath, and realize the only thing I care about as a teacher and the only thing the other students care about, the only thing that your parents and guardians care about is that you show up. Get ready to show up. Bring your best. Do what you can. And know that you're going to mess up. All of us are. I'm definitely going to have all sorts of screw ups on Zoom, all sorts of mess ups on my Google Classrooms. I'm going to have so many awkward moments. I might even like fart on camera, right? And I can't edit that out like I can on YouTube. So I think it's important that you recognize that you have the only thing that matters. It's you. Show up. Be yourself. Be ready to participate even just a little bit. And recognize that this first day isn't the last day. And you made it. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm legitimately so excited for you guys because this is a huge moment in history that you are shaping. You're the only class that's going to do this if we do it right, because hopefully there's not another pandemic around the corner. You're the only class that's going to do this. So do it. Show us how impressive you can be, because gosh, I know that you can. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Get some rest, eat some breakfast, or I don't know, drink some tea in the morning.